Hey, what's up you guys, it's Dorothy and welcome back to my channel. If you're new here, don't forget to give this video a big thumbs up, comment down below what you want to see in the future, click that subscribe button, and don't forget to turn on my post notifications, that way you lovely people will get notified every single time I upload a video. In today's video, we are going to go into chapter 10 of Killjoy by Holly Jackson, so let's get right into this video. This video may contain sensitive topics and foul language. If you do not wish to continue, please click off of the video now. You have been warned. Lauren, stop screaming, came Connor's panicked voice somewhere off to the right. Pip's eyes readjusted, making themselves at home in the darkness. She wasn't entirely sightless. The 3 candles in front of her gave off a weak pull of flickering orange light, and Pip could just about separate the rough outlines of her friends from the other shadows. A new faceless silhouette joined them, hanging in the doorway, its head overgrown and distorted. "What did you guys do?" the shadow asked in Jamie's voice. "We didn't do anything," Connor replied. "Ah, fuck, must have been a power cut," he said, shifting on his feet. A ripple in the dark. "Not a power cut," Pip said, her own voice feeling strange to her, cutting through an unnatural silence. "Look out there," she pointed to the window, forgetting she was just an indistinct shape in the darkness. "You can see the lights from your neighbor's windows. They still have power." "Must be a tripped fuse." "Ah," Jamie said. "Did you plug anything in?" "No," Connor's voice again. "We were just sitting here. Alexa was on. It's fine. We just need to reset the fuse box." Pip fumbled, getting to her feet. "Do you know where it is? Is it outside?" "No, it's in the cellar, I think," Jamie said. "I don't know." "Never go down there." "Because it's creepy as fuck," Connor added unhelpfully. "Have you ever reset a fuse box before?" she asked. The silence from the Reynolds brothers was answer enough. No one else stepped up either. "Fine," she sighed. "I'll do it." If Pip's dad were here, he would have vigorously shaking his head right now. Fuse boxes were one of his very first life lessons. Granted, Pip probably didn't need to be taught at the age of 9, but a life lesson was for life, and as he always said, don't ever get him started about checking the oil in the car. "Won't you need a torch or something?" Connor asked. "Oh, Connor," Lauren said, almost invisible across the table, "you should unlock our phones so we can use the torches on them." "Yeah, fine," Connor said, over the rasping sound of him getting up in his chair. It's not very 1924, but fine. Muffled footsteps and then a new sound, his hand scrambling around the radiator, the metal clanging much louder than it should. "Crap," he hissed. "I can't find the key. I know I left it here somewhere." "For fuck's sake, Connor," Lauren again, "I need my phone." It's fine," Pip said, diffusing the situation. She leaned across the table and picked up one of the candlesticks, the flame dancing in her breath. "This is fine, I can see enough. You can find the key once the lights are back on." She used the shaky firelight to navigate round Jamie in the doorway. "Do you need help?" he asked her. No, that's okay." She knew he was anxious about finishing the game before they all had to go, but this was really a job for one person. Pip found that most of the time other people only slowed you down. That's why she despised group projects. "I'll just be a second, no worries." She'd never been down to the Reynolds cellar before, but there was only one door it could be, one that was unlabeled and played no part in the make-believe, roomy manor. The door under the stairs. She lowered the candle to find the handle, and she grabbed it. The metal cold, stinging her skin. "I think it's in the back left-hand corner," the Jamie outlined told her. "Got it," she said, pulling the door open. It creaked. Of course it bloody creaked, the sound echoing in the dark hall, riding along her nerves. "Get it together, Pip. It's just an old, hardly used door." Before her was an opening so impossibly dark that her eyes brought it to life, and the shadows breached the threshold, creeping out to make her one of them, kept at bay only by a small flame she held up. There must be a staircase here, she knew that, feeling the top stair out with her shoe before she stepped down, losing her feet into the darkness. The air was colder and staler down here, and it only seemed to grow darker with every step, her candle losing the battle. The 4th step down creaked, of course. Pip's heart spiked at the sound, though her head told her she was being ridiculous. All the murder talk must have put her on the edge. On the 6th step, something brushed against her bare arm, something delicate that prickled at her skin. Like a gentle brush of fingers, she swiped at it. A cobweb, it clung on, holding onto her hand, catching her. Pip wiped it on her dress and moved on. She shifted her foot, ready for another step, but it wasn't there. Just more ground. She reached the bottom of the cellar now, a shiver passing up the back of her neck. She turned to check that. The way back still existed. The lighter shape of the hall door was still up there. She swore to God if someone thought it would be funny to lock her down here, there might actually be a murder tonight. A rustle behind her. Pip turned the flame overstretching to keep up with her. She couldn't see anything except, yes, she could. Over there in the corner, it was a fuse box just a few feet away. She traced her steps over to it, lifting the candle to light it up. All the switches had flipped down, including the main red one on the end. Her finger stalled in the air. There was a whisper in the darkness to her right. Had she really heard something? She couldn't be sure. The sound of her heart too loud in her ears. Pip held the candle up high to light as much of the underground room as she could. That's when she saw the man. Standing in the other corner, the dark shape of his head tilted like he was watching her curiously. Who's there? Pip said, her voice shaking. He didn't answer. The wind did instead, whistling in through hidden cracks somewhere above her. Pip's fingers shook, the fire juddering with them. The man moved, coming towards her. No! She spun back to the fuse box. She needed the lights, needed them now. She had only had a few seconds before. She focused, grip tight on the candle, her breath quickening in and out. And oh no, the darkness was complete, caving in on her, wrapping her up. She'd blown out the candle. Oh shit, oh fuck, oh no. Blindly, she fumbled at the fuse box, flicking unseen switches with her thumbs up, up, up. Her fingers found the wider shape of the main switch and pushed it. The lights came on and the shadow man was gone. Gone because he was actually just a hap-sized pile of cardboard boxes with a sheet thrown over them. It was only Pip down there. Although it took a few seconds for her heart to trust her, she heard cheering and whooping upstairs from the others. Well done, Pip, Jamie's voice called. Come on back up here. She might just take a few deep breaths first, wait for the fear to drain from her face. What had gotten into her? It was just a cellar, disorganized and dusty, but hold on. Why could she see it all? Why had the light been on down here anyway? That was weird. Back to the staircase, all of the shadows filled in now. Spent candle in one hand and the other on the banister. She walked up, avoiding the rest of the cobwebs, and then something she didn't expect to see staring her in the face. An envelope tucked in between two of the staircase posts at the creaky fourth step. An envelope with a secret clue just for you written on it. Wait a second, what? Pip picked it up, checking. It was real. It was the words Killjoy Games formed a faint border around its edge. She exhaled and it changed in her throat, became a shaky laugh. Bloody Jamie Reynolds. None of this had been real. None of the last few minutes. It was all part of the game, the blackout, Jamie pretending he didn't know what to do with the tripped fuse. A fuse probably hadn't even been tripped. Jamie must have been down here, flipping the switches off himself, while they were all waiting unknowing in the dining room. The whole thing was made up to get someone down here on their own, and that person had earned themselves their own bonus clue. It was hers. Pip grinned, tearing into it, running her eyes across the page. Congratulations. The secret final clue is yours and yours alone. You do not have to share it with the group if you choose not to. Over the last few months, a doctor has been regularly visiting Remy Manor. No one knew about this at the time, not the family or the staff. The prognosis wasn't good. Reginald Remy had cancer in his lungs. He was not expected to live much longer. He certainly wouldn't make it to his 75th birthday. A couple weeks ago, the doctor was paid a large sum of money to keep quiet about Reginald's condition. Do what you will with this information. The world halted around Pip, dust hanging motionless in the air around her head, the secret crumpling in their hands. Reginald Remy had been dying anyway, and he knew it, but he hadn't wanted anyone else to know. This changed everything, the whole case. This was it, the new angle she needed, the story that had been hiding there all along, stirring the feeling in her gut. It all came together, the suspects reshuffling before her eyes, and Jamie called for her again. Coming, she said, reaching the top of the stairs, sliding the paper under her shoulder of her dress, tucking it into her bra strap. She walked into the dining room, the others waiting for her. As she took her seat, releasing the candlestick, she caught Jamie's eyes and a small secret smile in his pursed lips. She returned a discreet nod. Okay, Jamie said, stepping back into the role of Inspector Howard Way. Now it really is time for the truth, and time for you all to make your final guesses. Who is the murderer? Please turn to the last page in your booklets. Well done, Celia Bourne. You have survived this night of murder, mystery, and mayhem. It's time to answer the ultimate question. Who murdered Reginald Remy? Please write your answer in the space below. The killer is and their motive is. And that is the end of chapter 10. I will see you guys in the next video for chapter 11. Bye!